Corporal Jolly receives the medallion commemorating all baton heroes. But it's a safe bet that the crowd of friendly faces and a mother's kiss can help him forget.
A battle fleet of the United States Navy steaming through the South Pacific toward Japanese-held bases in the Solomon Islands. Beginning of a combined sea, land, and air offensive by General MacArthur. Scouting planes are sent aloft as the force comes within range of Japanese positions.
The 34th had come into its own as a cool, skilled fighting machine. We kept after the Germans, always moving up, pushing them back. The strut and pomp of Hitler's crack troops shriveled inside their battered uniforms. The peace-loving American had become a superior soldier. Now he was receiving a conqueror's tribute. In no time, the party was over. We were on our way to the Italian front, Salerno, in support of the 36th Texas National Guard Division. That was a tough beach. The Germans held the hills and held Americans in their gun sights. Attack and counterattack, the beachhead almost lost, regained. The craft was very heavy. Our artillery was a prime target. Only our Allied anti-aircraft kept them off, made them pay. We began landing in Italy on D+12 to drive on Avellino, under command of Major General Ryder for a continued attack on Benevento. The 34th was fully committed to the long, arduous, bitter Italian campaign. First, the push across the Volturno River, 3 desperate crossings, battling the elements in addition to mines, rifles, machine guns, mortar, artillery. Names that will never be forgotten. Dragoni, Ruviano, half dozen other small towns, too hard to pronounce. The guy who said there was no glory in the infantry said it all. There wasn't time for glory. We were on the move again. Mud, mules, mountains. General Eisenhower, General Clark, and General Smith didn't sidestep the mud either. That meant new plans in the making. The 34th had fought its way to the German winter line. The 34th led the attempt to break the German winter line, with the commanding general laying plans for an all-out assault. Mount Pantano was the key German anchor. Once this hill was taken, other key points could be approached. Mount Pantano was first attacked on the 29th of November by the 1st Battalion, 168th Infantry. By December 4, when the 135th Infantry relieved the 168th, 777 casualties comprised the human cost for a mile's advance. With Pantano out of the way, the 5th Army moved on. Mount Lungo, San Pietro, Mount Samuro fell. The 34th took San Vittore, Mount La Chiara, Cervaro, Montrocchio. The winter line was completely smashed. This feat, accomplished in foul winter weather against a series of mountain entrenched positions, outstanding in the history of American arms.
Many of the historians still write about that subject and question the value of the war in Italy. But I think if you'd ask yourself, how would Normandy have turned out if the 22 German divisions that were in Italy at the time had been available to defend against the Normandy invasion? And these weren't route order divisions. They were top-notch divisions with excellent commanders. Kesselring, who was the overall German commander in Italy, was certainly a good strategist and a good tactician. Von Etterling, who commanded the 14th Armored Corps, was a top-notch commander and wrote one of the best German books about that war. The name of his book was, translated into English, it would be Without Fear or Hope. And it was the story of a German commander who knew he was on the losing side, but fought competently with the resources given him against the Americans. So we took Rome the day before D-Day. So the war in Italy had the headlines for about 12 hours, I think, in the United States at that time. And justifiably, the attack in Normandy took over the headlines the next day because it was the route to the ultimate victory in Europe. But I would suggest that that campaign would have been a lot more difficult had we not pinned down 22 good German divisions in Italy.